An urgent goal with few details on how to achieve it. Michel Barnier's first official policy speech as Prime Minister saw him set out the new government's priorities, none more pressing than France's fiscal woes.
A sword of Damocles is now hanging over the head of the French people, and without action and courage now, it will hang much heavier over the heads of our children and grandchildren. The real sword of Damocles is our colossal financial debt.
Barnier's first order of business, bringing France's budget deficit to within 5% of GDP by the end of 2025. To achieve it, the government will need to come up with some 40 billion euros. Barnier says 1/3 of that will be via new revenues. His office has suggested that next year's corporate tax rate could rise from 25 to 33% on companies that brought in more than €1 billion during 2024. The Treasury is also reportedly planning to crack down on tax avoidance by France's wealthiest citizens, potentially through a 25% minimum tax on top earners. The Prime Minister insists any tax hikes will be temporary and are not a rejection of President Macron's supply-side economic policy.
We will do this without jeopardizing our competitiveness. In reality, there can be no sharing and no redistribution if there is no upstream activity and production on our territory.
That still leaves the other 2/3 to be found via budget cuts. And there, Barnier has furnished few details. Ideas recently floated include cutting dead weight in France's apprenticeship programs, consolidating government agencies with too much overlap, and moving some government offices out of central Paris. Analysts say those measures will be far from sufficient to save the nearly 30 billion euros targeted, meaning more details on more painful cuts are sure to follow.